Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh my God! KO in midair!
Hey, what's up everyone? Finally back with the vid. Apologies for not sticking to the schedule last weekend, but weather was supposed to be too nice out. That really wasn't true. But anyway, we're back with the vid today, and kind of wanted to tackle something. I don't know. I had a couple games the other night that were pretty decent, and I just wanted to tackle something that's kind of different. Go a little bit comparison of gameplay kind of styles for myself. So obviously it's in the title, kind of comparing how I play by myself versus in a platoon, specifically a 5-man platoon of other really good players as well. So the first game, we're in the Progetto. Yeah, it's the first time I actually featured this tank on the channel. I quite like it, but it's not really about the tank. Maybe eventually I will put a video about this tank, Tyrion Italian specifically. It's probably would have been a bad game to do it on, but that's down the road. So it's gonna be a little hard to focus on the actual game, like specific gameplay in terms of this, because it's two completely different styles of tanks. This game being the Progetto, and then the next game being in the Defender, actually. So it's a little weird comparison, but I'll try to explain my kind of thought process here. So with this kind of single, me playing by myself, which is what you see in a lot of videos, to be fair, it's what I play. Probably 85% of the time I'm by myself playing. So it's what I usually play. I don't know if it's not really always preferences, but it's just how it kind of happens. But I tend to play at least a little more passively, even in my positioning initially. And it's mostly because I don't want this kind of stuff to happen, where I can only guess that you have recognized me from the channel here, bud, or something. Yeah, congratulations. But I tend to take up more passive positions initially when I'm playing solo. The second game, you kind of see that's not quite the case. Now, I'm not saying I don't play aggressively when I'm solo, because we all know that's obviously not true. But I think things through a little bit more in terms of me playing aggressive. When I'm with a platoon, as you'll see later, I don't really think as much, which debatably isn't as good, but it can make for some funny moments as well, because you can get away with more, because you know you have the support of 4 teammates. But you see, in this game, I'm playing way more passively. I'm not making a crazy push. I'm trying to stay unspotted here. I'm also not top tier, or mid tier, or bottom tier technically, since this was during the +1 event. But really, I'm just trying to stay on the fringe here. Sounds kind of bad, but I don't trust anybody on my team, unless I know them personally or I've seen them play before, or even maybe if they have marks. But even then, I still am very wary about trusting anyone on my team in terms of offering support. So it's nothing against anyone, it's just how I play. I don't like it, or I don't like to put myself in the hands of others, I guess. I don't know. It's the best way to put it. So it's a lot more methodical approach, kind of just probing around, looking for the weak spots of where the enemies have basically set up, rather than being a blunt force object, which is easier to do in a heavy, like the Defender. It's got armor, and not the Progetto does not have any armor whatsoever. So I can get over dumber stuff. But this is much more, I would say, I guess, precise kind of scalpel type gameplay in terms of okay, what am I going to do? Where's my next spot? Where is my team deployed? Where's their team deployed? I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing more. And you'll kind of see the difference with that in the next game, to be fair. You'll totally notice the difference in how I'm playing. In a platoon, I'm talking, BSing with friends. We're generally just usually having a good time. There are occasions where we will work together, but in a 5-man, that's kind of rare-ish. That's almost more common also in like a 2-man platoon where you will actually just fire stuff off of each other. At least I've noticed, depending on the person. But when you have 5 people in a party together, it turns into more just having a good time. At least platoons that I've been a part of, usually. Just generally the case. But this whole entire game, I've done 4,000 damage, but I really have not been on the front lines. Again, it's a little hard to compare the tanks because, again, they're completely different playstyles here. But I think you can get the idea of this game. I've been very wary of trusting people. You saw the initial position. It's not really that aggressive, but we got spotted there, and their light tank just came in right in on me. It's another reason I don't like playing super aggressive. When I'm solo, always, I'm always kind of wary, is because I'm well aware that I have a channel with 4,800 of you guys, 4,900, almost 5,000. And I'm well aware that I get focused. Also being a part of having that wonderful Immortals tag on next to my name. So I don't know how often it truly happens, but I know it happens because I've gotten messages and stuff, and I can tell when somebody's focusing the bottom tier tank versus like a tier 10 heavy that's sitting still in the open. It's pretty obvious, or I just get completely YOLO'd. But that's another like reason why when I'm playing solo, I tend to be more cautious. But I'm not entirely that way, because you just know with the gameplay I've shown, especially in light tanks, that I'm more than happy to be aggressive when I'm playing by myself as well. So, listen, it wasn't much about the gameplay. Really, really good game, actually. We fired 23 shots, 22 hits, 21 pens. Just shy of 2,000 base. 5,000 damage is the most I've done in this tank, I believe, actually. With about less than 1,400 assisted as well. So, actually a really, really good game. Good outcome. And, yeah. So it's not so much about the gameplay, it's more about the ideas this vid, but thought I'd do something a little different, mix it up. And hopefully we will now move on to our second game, where, like I said, we're in the Defender, aka the Object 252U, and we are platoon with Swindle, Razor, Good Cat, and Sofa. I platoon with Swindle a lot, and subsequently with the other guys as well. So you're going to notice that, one, we're probably almost all going to go in the same area. We're 4 of us are in heavy tanks, 1 in the Vanguard as well. Kind of a weird thing, we don't really play off each other's tanks that much. At least I never done that. Some people do. I just say pick whatever, it's not really that big a deal for us, but you're going to notice immediately the initial position on this map. Again, we're top tier this game, so it's kind of hard to compare, but you can kind of notice the nuances of it in the fact that we're just going to push. I think even here, somebody asked in the party, are we just pushing straight in, or are we holding at the corner? And my response is something along the lines of like, yeah, we're going straight in. Right? We're not waiting around. We're going to take the initiative pretty quick, or at least I am. I'm not stopping. I'm going right up and over and pushing in. There's 3 of us in a platoon in top tier heavy tanks. I'm not too worried about too much in terms of us having issues handling anything over here. We have 5 really good players on a platoon in top tier tanks. If we lose this game, it's our fault. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So, like you can initially see we're already fighting right in the mix of it, right to start the middle of this game. This T-92 Falcon has already taken a beating. I don't know what his plan was here. It wasn't a great one. He thinks he's going to get away, but nah, he's not getting away. So, we've already taken the initiative here. I'm pushing on the left side, but kind of on myself. It's not too surprising. Again, I'm a solo player like 85% of the time, so it's not too surprising that I'm kind of doing my own thing over here. You can look on the map and to my right, you can see they pushed in. Again, this mentality here is not very like tactically oriented. This game, we're just pushing in, and nothing's going to stop us. Especially with the tanks they have over here. Nothing has the armor to compete with us or the guns, really. They're all their tier 7s or their tier 8 medium tank right there. So you can see right here, I'm going to put one in the 243, ignore him, set him on fire. He's going to burn for like 1100. And then I'm just going to, bully the Centennial. Is this the smartest player in the world? No, not at all. But I know I'm in a platoon, I know we're great with this stuff. I know they're going to support me. We're all going to push in, and we're just going to swarm this flank. There's honestly nothing they're going to do about it either. Like I said, we've already won this game. It's 8-1, 9-1. Like, this game's already over. And that's just because we took the initiative. They deployed their tanks badly, and frankly, we're just in a better position and took the fight to them really quick. Especially with their top tier heavy sitting in the back of the map sniping or pushing to what I would think personally the wrong flank. But yeah, this game is it was basically over to begin with, as long as we played it correctly and we went to the right side of the map. At least I believe we pushed really hard, and honestly, there's no real chance for the other team to win this too much. Probably like a 5% chance, at least in my opinion. But it's just interesting, at least I thought, to look at this and look at the difference between the last game, where I don't want to say I was playing scared, but playing with a better mindset in terms of positioning and where to go and stuff, versus this game I've literally just driven straight forward, driven past tanks like the KV-5 right there. I just drove by and put a shot into him and just kept going, because I was like, I don't care, he puts a shot in, he may bounce, honestly, because the gun on that thing sucks. But I know he's going to be dead very soon. He's not going to sit there and farm me, so I'm just like, he gets one shot, it's not a big deal, the game's over anyways. I'm not really thinking too much of this game. We're just kind of playing and having fun. Especially with my gun this game, it was just hitting everything, versus Swindle's 252 was not hitting everything and being kind of typical. So they were even saying towards the end of this game, they're like, don't let Turkey get the kills, don't let me shoot anything. I'm like, it's not my fault too. Russia, is cooperating this game for once. So neither of these games are that great about the actual gameplay. I know this one's really not. It's really me just going around pub stomping in a 5-man platoon in a top tier heavy tank, a tier 8. So again, it's not really about the gameplay. It's just an interesting thing to notice the difference in how I play. I don't know how you guys if you play differently in a platoon versus when you play solo. I'd imagine you do, since I do, but maybe that's just, I don't know, some kind of bias there for me. But it's interesting to think about, and sometimes this can get me in trouble, honestly, and I'll get mad. I'll start playing like this, and the game will be close, and I won't think as much because I'm either talking in party chat, or I think I'm invincible because I have, hey, these actual good teammates for once. Hey, nothing can stop me. And sometimes it'll get me in trouble, honestly. And I'll play like crap. So it's kind of a toss-up, which I prefer. I get better games usually playing solo or with one other person, just because the damage is there's more damage to go around versus these 5-man platoons. There's usually not much to go around in terms of damage available. So that's honestly why you won't see me in these very much if you do see me playing. So, and this was the point to where I think all 4 of us actually laughed because we were asking Good Cat in the Vanguard to bring him up and over, but luckily we do finish him off right there because, again, RNG was on our side and we had a nice little friendly shot from one of their platoon mates there. But I think like all 4 of us were like, yeah, bring him up over the ridge, we're going to shoot him, and then none of us hit him and all 4 of us missed, including me, who was point blank. So yeah, but yeah, just an interesting thought process, just something to think about, I guess. And hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, again, you look at it, it's T-43 hit for, I actually didn't notice this first, but yeah, we hit him for nearly 1100 with 1 shot. We nearly one-shot him, the poor guy. But yeah, that's it for today. I will say, if you guys are expecting any kind of video for all this stuff that's going on, and you know what stuff I'm talking about possibly with overhaul, don't expect it. It's not my type of video. You know it's not. So don't expect it. And hopefully I will catch you next time. And see you. Peace.